Hello everyone, my name is Fox. We're going to be playing Skyrim on the GPD MicroPC. This is going to be the settings. We're going to show you that it's everything set to low. The only thing we have is that reflex skybox going on there. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and press play. Now again, a lot of people like to point out that, the glare. Let me get that out of there. A lot of people like to point out that the MicroPC, it really isn't meant for gaming. And that's true. I mean, the form factor of it isn't like the GPD Win series, so that it's portable gaming. But you can use it with, well, right now I'm using it with a mouse. That's fine, Skyrim. The good thing about this is not the special edition, so this is the old version of Skyrim. This is running D3D9, so DirectX 9. Here you can see the package power. We're at 12 watt right now, which is extremely high. This is the total system power being used. So this is near 14 watt, 15 watt, which is pretty bad. It's like an hour and a half of battery life. Here's the CPU package temperature, and here's our GPU clock. So we're not even reaching what should be the full GPU clock. It's actually hard to do WASD on this. Oh, no, I don't. So we're at like 27. Let's go ahead and open that. I'm going to just go ahead and try to see if I can use the thumb pad to move around, and I'm going to thumb with the WASD keys instead of using a mouse, because I can't really. Got to definitely boost up the sensitivity of this mouse pad for this. You can kind of thumb for the WASD, but definitely sensitivity for the touchpad needs to be increased like crazy if you want to keep on pressing external keys. So tapping will not trigger accidental attacks. Yeah, so you can't really attack with this hand. You'd have to remap some buttons here to actually play with your thumbs. This is not really ideal in any sense of the word. And even when we kind of look at it from, using WASD keys, let me move this up a bit so you can see it. Mousing around does help, but I can't fit my fingers on the WASD keys. My big sausage fingers. What's good about this is that I'm later on in the game. There's like a tremendous amount of effects going on. So there's a lot of particles in the air. We're drawing a lot. This little minion that I got coming around with me is kind of filled with effects and stuff, and just going into him, you can see that our frame rate tanks a little bit. We're going down to around 23 FPS. Okay, start something. Oh, I can. Oh no. Get away from me, guard. Man, it's so hard to WASD. Haha. Eat lightning. Easy peasy. So again, while this is playable, it's not really the best. Personally, for me, I think one of the games that are going to shine really well on the Micro PC are graphical adventure games. Either they be old Sierra text-based adventure games, because the complement of the keyboard does work well, especially for thumb typing, or even the point-and-click series that eventually came out in the early 90s. And that's actually what I'm going to be showing again later tonight. There's a new game that came out made by an indie team that recreate Sierra adventure games really faithfully. It's almost as if Sierra never stopped making adventure games, and they had their same team still doing it. So it's pretty impressive. But yeah, as you can see, as we're moving around here, we're not really breaking 30 FPS. We're really going under 30 FPS all the time, often hitting around 22 FPS. It's playable, but you would need a mouse, obviously, to even do anything. But as for just the general keys on this, I really wouldn't think that this is acceptable in any shape or form. The good news is that our wattage toned down considerably. We still aren't hitting full GPU clock. Full GPU clock should be 700 megahertz, and this is only hitting 650 megahertz. I'll have to evaluate this more and see what's going on with that. But again, that'll be for the full-on review, which will happen still. Is like 2 weeks away. I kind of want to have it go live before the Indigo campaign goes live. As it is right now, you can see the total system power right here, which is at 11 watts. This is with the brightness at full. So if I were to go ahead and minimize this brightness, you can't really see it. Come on, focus. We go down by a full watt there. And you might be thinking, well, what's 1 watt? It's actually considerable when, it's additive. When you think about how it affects the total system power, because again, even at 100% battery life, you only have 25 watt hours. And right now we're only looking at this at full brightness at around 2 hours of battery life. This is again at what GPD is planning to put the machine at, which would be at the full 10 watt TDP. Let's see if I can get this closer for you guys so it's a little bit easier to see. Oh, we hit 700 megahertz. So that's good. That is excellent. I'm glad that we're hitting 700 megahertz. That is max frequency for those 12 execution units. And CPU package power is at 64 degrees Celsius. Now this is impressive because I'm having this flat against the table. So again, having the air to actually come in to exhaust out and only hitting 64 degrees Celsius, even 65 degrees Celsius while we're playing like this is great. That's amazing. This is a real good indicator of how well this heatsink is working for this little chipset, even at this high TDP. In any event, this has been Skyrim. We're just kind of taking a look at it, my thoughts and feelings about how it controls with first-person shooters or FPS types of games. I really wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't seem to be playable either with 2 hands or even like this. You would honestly need an external controller to play with this, and that's the only way that I would recommend it. The good news is that placing it somewhere flat is fine, and the screen looks really nice. Anywho, as always, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.